These 6 exercises allow me to draw any figure I have in mind. I wish I found them sooner as a beginner, because they are simple, quick, and you can practice them anywhere. During a call, at work, during a lesson. They come from one of the best books about figure drawing that money can buy. I just think they should be taught more to every single beginner, so I'm going to share them with you. So first, we need to learn to draw in the right way. Because if you're anything like me, you're probably doing it wrong. And when I was a beginner, I didn't even realize it. Yes, I was still making marks on the paper technically, but my lines were a total mess. And I kept wondering why my drawings didn't turn out how I wanted. Turns out, I wasn't using the right part of the body to draw. I was still using my wrists and my fingers, like every beginner does. We all think that it's a natural way to draw, but it took me months to retrain my body completely. Because to have those nice, long, clean lines that you see from the masters, you need to draw from the shoulder, not the fingers. So this first exercise is just about drawing spheres of various sizes with one single clean line, but using just the shoulder. And this will improve your line quality drastically. Okay, now we are drawing the right way, but this second exercise will make you way more accurate in doing that. Because when I first started drawing from the shoulder, it went terribly wrong. My lines were imprecise, unpredictable, and I bet you are facing this same problem. So we need to train the control of this new articulation that we are starting to use. To do it, we will use simple ellipses. We need to draw a lot of them, of different sizes, using just one confident line, like we did for the spheres. But they need to be ellipses, so just check they have a minor and a major axis, perpendicular to each other. If you are struggling with it, you can draw a rectangle in perspective as a guide, no problem, and I suggest you draw them in every possible orientation, leaning on one side, on the opposite side, vertical, horizontal, to really stress this new articulation and train your control, because the third exercise is an evolution of this. And in my opinion, is the most difficult exercise between these, by far. Because it requires you to start thinking about space. Yes, because all these ellipses and spheres we are drawing will just remain marks on the paper if you don't put them in a 3D space. And this is a mistake, a mentality that slowed down my progress so much. Because for the longest time my figures were very flat, like stickmen, no matter if the lines or the proportions were okay. So to avoid this, we will be using wrapping lines. So for this third exercise, imagine you are drawing a pipe, but without using the contour. Instead, use either a sphere or an ellipse to build form. An ellipse means that the pipe is not facing us. A sphere that is looking straight at us. I found it's a bit easier to do it if you start with a line to indicate the path. Don't worry, I know it's a nightmare and in fact I'm still struggling with it. But this is non-negotiable for the next step. Start building volumes. You see, for the longest time, it was super difficult for me to draw simple cylinders. They are very difficult actually, because not only you have to deal with the ellipses, but you also have to think in 3D. But without cylinders, you cannot draw any figure. Or anything else really. So to draw cylinders in the simplest way, we need to pair those ellipses that we learned to draw in the first exercise, connecting them with straight lines. Remember to keep them roughly in the same orientation, and if you're struggling, just imagine a box around them. Just connect the corners of the rectangles you were using to draw the ellipses. We'll need exactly this for the next exercise, because the human figure is not made up of the tiny details you see at the surface. That's just the icing on the cake. It is made up of simple volumes, the ones that you are starting to create right now. Cylinders, spheres, and boxes. And it took me years to understand that the best way to draw any figure is to keep it as simple as possible for as long as possible. I always jump straight to the detail phase, to the polishing, but details are nothing without a strong foundation. It's like installing a TV in a house under construction with no roof. So for this exercise we need to take spheres, boxes and cylinders and combine them together. A cylinder with a sphere, a box with an oval, and so on. Remember to use wrapping lines to show volume. These combined volumes will become your future arms, legs, heads, whatever. Because for our last step we need to take this to develop our sense of perspective and be able to move stuff in 3D. This is one of the things I struggle with the most because it requires you to turn the 2D surface of the paper into an illusion basically. But the most fun and simple way to start doing it is the folding box exercise. Draw a plane, like you did for the ellipses, and just a box on top of it. Now we will make it fall off the ledge. And while you rotate and move it, always try to keep the same proportions. These two have to look like the same box basically, which is the hardest part. You can start with a cube since it's a bit easier, but then you can move on to cylinders, spheres, no wait, not spheres, it's pointless. Or even the combined volumes we saw before. If you keep practicing consistently these 6 exercises, you will be able to draw any figure from imagination, because anything in life is built upon these principles. If you need other 3 simple exercises to master gesture drawing, this video is for you, and I will see you on my next step.